am currently working on my novels. I got a call to write long time ago. First call was in 2007, so it was how many years? I had heartbroken, and then that call coming in that I should write about a story about my heartbroken. I did write though, very small, but then I didn't continue. And then another call came again in 2018. I was heartbroken again. Heartbroken is so where is my spiritual teachers. But this time it was different. I take the call very seriously because it comes with the connection that I have with the divine, with God. So I really feel that is something really for me. And I was very stuck because I don't know for what reason I really determined and wanted to write in English. And if I could explain the reason, I think it's not my nature, my native language. My native language is Thai. And because of that, it helped me disconnect with my condition that I bow to my Thai cultures. It helped me to be able to express the feeling that I'm not there to speak in Thai, because it's gonna be confronts and conflicts with a lot of cultures that are very strong and root deep in my DNA. So perhaps that was a reason. But then I have to face my insecurity about my English ability, especially when the perfectionist trail is very strong in me too. It's really hard to get through. But eventually, I successfully wrote my first novel in year 19 to 2020s. It's during the COVID lockdown. And originally, I wrote this novel in Thai. And the thing is happened really unplanned. It wasn't the book idea that I wanted to write, but I'm glad I did it. The thing happened was I was in France at the time with my now husband, but at the time we didn't get married yet, and it's locked down, so I didn't go anywhere. I live in the house, beautiful house, 100 years old, like that, in a very small communities which have allowed 300 people. None of them speak English, and most of them are senior and retirement people. So I got very lonely and depressed, and I only have my husband and me and the garden. So I was reaching out to the communities. It's an online community of Thai women who live in France. And I was okay, they must understand how I feel. And I was telling who am I and explain about my story, how I write in French and blah, blah, blah. And I didn't really not expect that this simple, and I thought that it will bring me good friendships and so on. It will turn a different ways. What happened was people were very envious and feel they just didn't like me. They just hate me, and they just got super envious. And I think it's because of the COVID make everyone life so difficult, and many people have much more trouble than I have, I was just lonely. I don't have trouble finding food to eat, and people are losing job, and they might feel my suffer is not appropriate. In whatever reason, I got tons of comments, mostly negative, nagging, kind of push me down, and I was so shocking, and I was checking. But in that event, there were some people who actually reached out to me, and they said to me that they love my story and they think I'm very good at writing and I should do more. So from there I start with a small group of people, and I start to write the novels. At the time, my name is Lost Love Sin City. It was based and inspired by my story. So you know it means a lot of them a true story. And I wrote that like every day 1,000 words, and I sent into our Facebook group. There were start with 7 people. One chapters a day, one chapters a day, and 48 days later, I finished my first novel in Thai. And the group that was start from 7 people is grow up naturally by itself to about 300 people at the end. And then after I got blocked from Facebook, I don't really understand why the Facebook thing is like sometimes it's got me crazy. So I stopped writing in the group, but that event, taught me a lot of things that like I have to face the most fear I have when I wanted to show up in the world and do what I want to do. I want to share my story. There were people who like me, people who hate me, and all of this. And yeah, I'm very thankful for those haters, because they actually the one that trigger me into finally do it. So the good news is this novel that I wrote at the time, now I'm translating it into English, and it's a story about one young girl that have a severely heartbroken, and she transformed, from the young innocent girl into like strong woman and naughty and bitchy. So, and the name of the book, I renew it now, and the name of the book now is Good Girl Cries, Bad Girl Moans. It's soon to be available in English, and that's why I have a big plan to allow my story to be seen by many more people. So yeah, right now I'm still planning. You see, get back to that place. Anyway, if you're watching this video, you are now really first people who know about this story. And if you're interested, I'm gonna link somewhere that you can subscribe. All you need to put just an email, and yeah, you can have this novel without cost, as what I did before in Thai. And the time we had a really good time, because I like to being that feeling back, when each chapter is being sent to you day by day, week by week, and then you're gonna see the story together. So it was like really one fun element about that time that we had, because you're not gonna be able to read it in one go. So yeah, I want to invite you to come into this space with me and gonna enjoy it together. I think that is the video of today for now, and I will try to do this again tomorrow to overcome these kinds of fears. So I'll see you tomorrow again. Bye.